Greeting. Hari Hari Bol. Okay. Hare Krishna, greetings from Sadhu-bhavan. We had some snow here. So we get some, I was thinking about Lord Shiva sitting on top of Kailash, meditating. Apparently just with a simple cloth. Hard to imagine. And then I was thinking of different places that meditation happens. Like there's the Christian so-called desert fathers who were meditating in the desert. That's another austerity. And devotees meditate in Vrindavan, or at least that's the theory. I say theory because Vrindavan is quite a busy place these days. But Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur describes his meditation, and we've been reading about Narottama Dasa and singing Narottama Dasa's meditations on Vrindavan. Yeah. Chinese Taoist monks meditate in the mountains. Chinese Taoism has no concept of love, according to my teaching assistant at Chinese University of Hong Kong, expert in Taoism, doing her PhD on Taoism. She was from France. And when I gave a lecture on bhakti in my classroom, at the end, afterwards, she came to me and said, in Taoism, there's no concept of devotion, no concept of love. Okay. Sounds a bit dry. Okay. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri-gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadanti Swapadantikam Vandeham Śrī-guru Śrī-yutta-pada-kamalam Śrī-gurun Vaishnavangscha Śrī-rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Lalita Sahagana Raghunatang Vitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitangscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavani Paschatya Deshatarine. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hey Krishna Karana Sindhu Dinabando Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Upananda, long time no see. If you want to speak, you need to unmute first. Oops, on, off. I don't hear you because you are muted.
Needs to put your microphone.
There, now, whoops, you turned it on and off. You have to keep it. There. No?
Not speaking.
There you go. No? Yes, no, yes, no. Hare Krishna. Anyway.
Yeah, now I think it's okay.
Now you got it. Oh, you're in the
Yes.
Okay.
I just came from India. I was in a Brajamandal Parikrama and 40 years Yatra meeting.
Okay. We are
yesterday
blessed.
I came.
Someone who has just come from Vrindavan.
Yeah. And I came to Zagreb and spent the night with Daddy, and Daddy put all of this together that I can be part
Oh,
group and everything.
very good.
Yeah.
Welcome. Yes,
Thank you.
You can come anytime.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully now I'm a part of group and I can find to arrange myself when I'm leaving today. I'm going to Bosnia, and after some very shortly I will go to Sweden, and I will try to be connected and
Very
from
good.
home or from Sweden.
Okay.
Be part of a group.
Good. Very good. All right.
Okay.
So let's proceed to our song from Srila Narottama Das Thakur. We're beginning now his second book. Well, truth be told, I don't know which he compiled first or if they were compiled later. Prema-bhakti-Candrika. And our first song is one that all of you should be familiar with. We call it the Guru Puja song. Actually, it's the first 4 verses of what in this version goes for 10 verses. But I think today let's just go through the first 4 verses and look at the Bengali. Okay, let me arrange this to get it on the screen. Okay, then. Okay. śrī-guru-caran a-padma, kevala-bhakati-sadma, bando muñi, sāvadhāna mate, jāhāra prasāde bhāi, bhava toriyā jāi, Krishna prāpti hoy jāhā hoite. So I don't have to scroll back and forth. And take the translation that most of us are familiar with. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. So we have śrī-guru-caran a-padma. Padma means lotus. And the feet of the guru are often compared to lotus. Lotus is, of course, Krishna's lotus feet we speak of. And I think it's interesting and relevant that lotus is, they're also referred to as pankaja. They're born in the mud. Panka means mud, and ja is born. So lotus flowers grow in swampy places, water places, where at the bottom of the water, it's mud, and they grow up, and then above the water is the blossom of the lotus flower. So we associate the lotus flower with transcendence because of their beauty. They are very striking flowers. I guess first time Jesus was in Gaya. Years ago, I visited there once, and there were lotuses just growing by the side of the road in the low places where there was water. And they were stunningly bright and stunningly beautiful. So anyway, it's interesting. They're born in the mud, so they're connected, you could say, to this world, but they're transcendental to the world at the same time. Kevala-bhakati-sadma, we have bhakati is, of course, stretched bhakti, just for the sake of scansion, as it's called, to get the metrical number of syllables right. And kevala means only, and sadma means home. So there's this nice rhyme, padma and sadma. We could look up the word sadma in the Sanskrit dictionary and see what it says. Sadma, sabman. Oh, different meanings. Sadma chitti. is a collection of houses. Sadman. I think this is the relevant meaning here. Sadman, a seat, abode, a dwelling, house, a place, especially a place of sacrifice, a temple. So it could also mean temple. That's interesting. So the lotus feet of the spiritual master are the temple, the exclusive temple of bhakti, you could say, kevala-bhakati-sadma. Bando muñi, sāvadhāna, mate. Mate in the mind, and bando, I bow. So it's this Bengali B in place of a Sanskrit V. So it would be Vandana, Vando, and who is bowing? Muñi, and this muñi is as I understand, a poetic style form of ami, Bengali first person singular I bow. You could say ami bando. But that's apparently considered not so sweet, and therefore it's bando muñi. And then this sāvadhāna, this is sa-avadhāna. And avadhana means attention, respect. We could also look at the sense. This is, of course, very Sanskritic Bengali. Avadhana. Okay, attention, attentiveness, intentness, fixing, fastening. Yeah, it's all about being attentive. An-avadhan is inattentive. And probably somewhere here is sa-avadhan. No? Interesting. Okay. So, bando muñi sa-avadhana mate, I offer with great attention, obeisance. Mate, I believe, is in the mind. So it's not just with the body, it's also with the mind. And mind can also, it's often kind of interchangeable with heart. Jāhāra prasāde bhāi, bhava toriyā jāhā. So bhāi means brother, and it's often, we see songs where the author, the singer, the speaker is addressing my dear brother. Oh, brother. But it can also sort of mean addressing oneself, oh, brother, or one's own mind. So jāhāra prasāde, this jāhāra of whom, oh brother, the mercy, the prasāda, the satisfaction, the blessing of whom, toriyā jāhā, brings about the crossing over, toriyā, having brought about the crossing over bhava, this material existence. So having brought across beyond material existence, Krishna prāpti hoy, there is the prāpti, the gaining, the acquisition of Krishna. And jāhā hoite, I think, is again jāhāra hoite, from whom. So by his grace, prasāde, one can cross the ocean. Well, yeah, we could say if it were bhava-sindhu, then it would be across the ocean of material suffering, but it's just bhava, which is material existence, and obtain the mercy of Krishna. Then, guru-mukha-padma-vākya, cittete, toriyā, koribo, aikya. Usually it's toriyā, aikya. I don't know. Arna koriho mone asha, śrī-guru-caran rati, she uttama-gati, prasāde pure sarva asha. So we have an asha, a hope, twice mentioned here. My only asha, my only wish, is to have my consciousness, cittete, purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. So guru-mukha-padma-vākya, the mukha is the mouth, can also mean face here. So from the mouth of the guru, which mouth? The padma mukha. So we had a padma-chāran, now we have padma mukha. And Vākya is words, or that which is pronounced, or can. Koribo, aikya. Now, aikya comes from eka, one, and so I believe the idea is aikya means like a unity, a singularity, one clear message. Cittete koribo, there will, I will make a clear understanding, I think, in the consciousness. Arna koriho mone asha. There is not, is additional, more, or other. There is no other hope or desire in my mind. Or I make no other hope in my mind. śrī-guru-caran rati. Attachment, rati, to his feet, to his lotus feet. She uttama-gati. So that's kind of very much emphasizing. She, this. Uttama-gati is the gati, the goal. What kind of goal? The highest goal. Uttama-gati. prasāde pure sarva asha. It is the uttama-gati which fulfills pure sarva asha, all desires. That whose prasāda, whose mercy. Okay, we're moving right along. Chakshudan diloje janme prabhu se dibdo gyan hriday prakashito, prema-bhakti jāhā hoite, avidya vinasha jate, vedegai jāhāra charito. So in Bengali, this chakshu would be pronounced as chakku, like C-A-K-K-U, chakku-dān. The dān, the treasure, the wealth. Okay, translation. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him, ecstatic prema emanates. By him, ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. So, opening darkened eyes, chakshudan dilo j. Dilo is gave. He gave. What did he give? He gave the treasure, the dān, or the gift of eyes. He gave me my eyes. Which eyes? J say, this is relative, correlative. Janme, Janme, Prabhu, which life after life, the master, which is manifest, prakashita, where? In the heart. What is manifest? Divya Gyan, transcendental knowledge. Transcendental knowledge is manifest in the heart. When? Janme Janme, life after life. Oh, I see in the translation. He is my Lord, birth after birth. Okay. So that one who has given me eyes, he is, say, that one is my Prabhu, my master, Janme Janme. Okay, and then prema-bhakti jāhā hoite. From him ecstatic prema emanates. So jāhā is again jāhāra, of whom, or hoite, from whom. Prema-bhakti hoite has happened. Avidya vinasha jate. And avidya is destroyed, has been destroyed, jate, vinasha jate. And then vede gai, jāhāra charito. The activities of whom in the Veda is sung. In the Veda, gai jāhāra charito. Prakashita charita. Past passive participle. Okay, we're getting there. Last for this time. śrī-guru-caran sindhu, addama janara bando. Lokana lokera jivan. Ha prabhu korodoya. Deha more pada-chāyā. Eve jasha goshuk tribhuvana. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, Karana Sindhu, the friend of the poor. Bando is friend. Bando is actually kind of more of a relative friend, a friend who is a relative, a quite close friend, I would say. Friend of the poor, addama, Adama, yeah, lowly or poor, and the Lord and Master of the devotees. So, yeah, first of all, Jana means people. So he's the friend of the Adama Jana. And then Lokanath, he's the Lord of, there's of course a double meaning here because his guru, Narottama Das, as we know, was Lokanath Goswami. He is the life, the jivana of the loka, and he is the Lord of the loka, which could be the world. Or you could take it as O Lokanath, as addressing O Lokanath. This is kind of a difference between Sanskritic, Bengali, and Sanskrit. If it were Sanskrit, then definitely it would be addressing Lokanath, O Lokanath. But I think here, not necessarily. O Master, be merciful unto me. Jāhā Prabhu, toriyā. So there's this kind of respectful imperative, koro, do mercy, literally. And jāhā seems to be a typical, at least poetic way of expressing calling out to someone with strong feeling. Deho more pada-chāyā. Give me the shade, the chāyā, of your pada, feet. So we had charana, and now we have pada. And deho is like koro, give, in this case, give to me the chāyā, the shade, the shelter of your feet. And then your fame, jasha, in Sanskrit it would be yasha, and in Bengali jasha. Yashoda is she who gives fame. She is also fame. So, ebe jasha goshuk tribhuvan, your fame is spread all over the three worlds. Tribhuvana, and gushuk is spread, and I'm not sure which form that is, but I think it's a kind of imperative. So your fame, let your fame be spread all over the three worlds. Let the spreading go on. And ebe in Bengali, I'm not sure. Eva, maybe it's Eva in Sanskrit. All right, that's a song we're all familiar with. So you can all sing with full-throated enthusiasm, even if we don't hear you. Krishna will hear you. Let's get this right. One second. Now, for some reason, again, I have to close it before I can turn on music sound. Okay. Okay. śrī-guru-caran a-padma kevala-bhakati-sadma śrī-guru-caran a-padma kevala-bhakati-sadma bando muñi sāvadhāna mate bando muñi sāvadhāna mate jāhāra prasāde bhāi bhava toriyā jāhāra prasāde bhāi bhava toriyā Krishna prāpti hoy jāhā hoyte Krishna prāpti hoy jāhā hoyte guru-mukha-padma-vākya cittete koribo aikya guru-mukha-padma-vākya cittete koribo aikya arna koribo mane asha arna koribo mane asha śrī-guru-caran rati ese uttama-gati śrī-guru-caran rati ese uttama-gati pure sarva asha jai prasāde pure sarva asha u-dān diloye janme janme prabhu se u-dān diloye janme janme prabhu se divya gyan hriday prakashito divya gyan hriday prakashito prema-bhakti jāhā hoyte avidya vinasha jate prema-bhakti hoyte avidya vinasha jate vedegai jāhāra charito vedegai jāhāra charito śrī-guru-caran ā-sindhu ādama-janana bando śrī-guru-caran ā-sindhu ādama-janana bando lokana lokeraji vana lokana lokeraji vana jāhā prabhu korodoya dehamore pada-chāyā a-prāpti korodoya jāhāra pada-chāyā ebe jastu śrī-guru-bhana ebe jastu śrī-guru-bhana Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Nitai Bo, Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Go Hare Go. So, this song is sung with great enthusiasm in our temples, especially in Mayapur and Vrindavan. One can see devotees full-throated singing. And so many other temples. Okay, very briefly now, I think a little bit of Narottama Vilas would be good. And for this, I will share again. We're moving into the fifth Vilas, or Vilas. How come? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, Narottama Das Thakur is traveling, and he's coming back to Bengal from Puri, and he has met Shyamananda in, I guess, North Odisha, and he has sent Shyamananda to Puri and is now proceeding in the opposite direction, north to Bengal, even though he had just come from Bengal not long before. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, Advaita, and all the devotees. Please bestow your mercy upon this poor soul. All glories to the merciful listeners. Now listen attentively as I continue my narration. So this is Narahari Sarakar Thakur, who has composed the Narottama Vilas. No, correction, Narahari Chakravarti. What was I thinking? Okay, when Narottama arrived at the famous village of Srikhanda in Gauda, someone saw him approaching the house of Sarakar Thakur. Now this, I believe, refers to Narahari Sarakar. Narahari Sarakar. And he rushed ahead to announce his arrival. A very attractive man with a magnificent gait, a very beautiful way of walking. his way of walking is very attractive, is coming this way along with 4 other persons. Most likely, he is coming from Nilachal, from Puri. Why he would think he's coming from Puri? Where else would he come from? I guess is the idea. Thakura, that is Sarkar Thakura, immediately understood that it was none other than Narottama. Seeing Narottama in the distance, Sri Raghunandan rushed to greet him. So I didn't take the time to look who would this Raghunandan be. But in any case, Sri Raghunandan rushes to greet him. When the local people informed Narottama about Raghunandan, he, that is Narottama, happily fell on the ground offering obeisance as Raghunandan approached him running. So apparently Raghunandan is a respected Vaishnava, and Narottama is happy to offer him respect. Raghunandan immediately embraced Narottama. Speechless with emotion, he cried uncontrollably. Now, I presume Narottama cried uncontrollably. Gradually, he managed to calm himself. No, correction. Raghunandan was crying uncontrollably. Gradually, he managed to calm himself and quickly took Narottama to his house. Okay. There, Narottama saw Sri Sarkar Thakura and fell at his feet. Though Sarkar Thakura was sunk in the ocean of sorrow. Why? Due to separation from the Lord, from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he saw Narottama, he was overwhelmed with joy. He took Narottama in his lap and tearfully told him, I am so happy to see you. In Mahaprabhu's absence, he, that is Mahaprabhu, will distribute love of God through you. He's telling Narottama, you are going to be the instrument of his distributing Krishna prema. Many fallen souls will take shelter of you, and you will spread the Lord's ecstatic message by manifesting a new type of kirtan. So we've seen this once or twice before, that, in Puri, Mahaprabhu gives him this instruction through this vision. He says, you must go back to Bengal and introduce this new form of kirtan. In this way, all your desires will be fulfilled by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Which reminds me, I've been memorizing a verse, let's see, from Chaitanya Charita. Aikya prema, aikya nritya, aikya, what is it? Aikya jivadari? No. Kahanahi deki, aikya kahanahi shuni. It's saying that King Prataparudra, when he saw the devotees of Bengal coming in Puri, and he saw their kirtan, he was astonished, because he had not seen that kind, aikya. He had not seen such kirtan before. Aikya prema, aikya nritya. He had not seen such love and such dancing. And kahanahi shuni, aikya kahanahi. No, deki and shuni. Kahanahi deki, aikya kahanahi shuni. Where does one see such as this, and where does one hear such as this? And then next verse, I think it's explained, maybe it's from Gopinath Acharya, that Mahaprabhu has brought prema sankirtan, and I think Prabhupada explains that the king, Prataparudra, he had seen so much kirtan because so many devotees make kirtan in Puri. But he had not seen such kirtan as was performed by the devotees from Bengal, introduced by Lord Chaitanya. Okay, many fallen souls will manifest a new, no. In this way, all your desires will be fulfilled by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Do not worry about anything. You should go to Ketari via Jajigram. Now, somehow I thought we had already been in Jajigram, but no, I guess not. Jajigram. And why would you go via Jajigram? I don't know the geography, but I thought it's further south, and Ketari is more northeast in present-day Bangladesh. Anyway, maybe it doesn't have to be on the way. He wants him to go there to see. Yes, go to Yajigram. I recently returned from Vanavishnupur. And is eagerly waiting for you there. Yeah, so it was Narottama, Srinivas, and Shyamananda who, the three of them, had brought all the books to Bengal, from Vrindavan. And then they went their separate ways, and now Narottama has met Shyamananda again, and now he's meeting Srinivas. How much time has passed, it's not clear. He's eagerly waiting. He is constantly thinking about you. Yesterday he came here, but returned to his house on the same day. After that, he asked Narottama about Śrī-Kshetra. That means Puri. Jagannath Puri is also called Śrī-Kshetra. And Narottama vividly reported everything, which filled Sarkar Thakur with ecstatic emotions, checking his sentiments, that is to say, controlling his emotions. Thakur ordered Sri Raghunandan to take Narottama to the courtyard of Gauranga. Okay, and so there he's going to have darshan of the Lord in his deity form. Sri Narottama Das Thakur ki jai. Okay. Well, we have two devotees at least who are just back from Vrindavan. Soumya Karani is just back from Vrindavan, from Rajmandala Prikrama. And Upananda is back from Brajmandala Parikrama. Is anyone else back from Brajmandala Parikrama? I would ask you, Samyakarani, to tell us something, but you are busy translating. Maybe Upananda, you want to say a few words from your experience, some highlights?
Yeah, it was a big changes on the Brajamandal Parikrama. First time I have been 1990.
Whoa,
and,
that's some time ago.
I did 5-6 Brajamandal Parikramas up to 1996. That is mean how many? Almost 30 years back.
Yeah.
And now I came again. It was a huge changes.
In what way?
In that time, we had mostly Padayatra was organizing Brajamandal Parikrama. And that was beginning of Brajamandal Parikrama. They start 87, I think. And in beginning was only about 50 to 100 devotees, 120 maximum, and mostly foreigners. And it was so many swamis, and it was very nice accommodation. It was mostly tabil object and everything, in temples. Prasadam was very nice, and and we are walking like nicely. But nowadays, it is 3,000 devotees. And it's mostly Bengalis.
Oh.
And toriyā. And regarding foreigners, we were only, I think, about 30, 40.
Really? So small.
Mostly Russians.
Oh, of course.
2-3 devotees from Sweden. Yogendra, that was a Prabhupada disciple also.
Oh, yeah.
And 2 friends of mine from Sweden, senior devotees. But they didn't come. They were only maybe 10 days. Yogendra was coming and going. And that now trying to organize in a big way, how to say. They arrange all devotees fit in tent,
Yeah.
And it's each tent about 8 to 10 devotees.
Yeah.
And they just put on the field these tents and accommodate them. Prasadam was also, massive distribution is about 2-3 devotees to feed them. And Bengali cook, and it's also on the field, open field.
And petrol generators running all night with light.
Yes.
I find that's so difficult to tolerate.
I was just talking with the Raso Daddy, and he was surprised. Everyone is surprised how I did. I was, I think, one of the oldest devotee there.
Yeah.
And they say, how you tolerate? I says, I was suffering like anything first couple of days. But after that, my nature, my mind is something like
you adjusted.
I just surrender. Whatever happened, I just surrender.
I guess that's the point. It's a matter of just surrendering.
Yeah. I was complaining in beginning, and Bhadra Prabhu, who was organizer, one of the, and Radharaman Swami, they were organizer, and they asked me, how is going on? And I start to complain couple of days in the beginning. And next time when I saw them, they say, what you are now complaining? And I said, no, it's nothing.
I'm okay.
I just start to complain. It's no meaning. You couldn't complain.
Yeah, there's no point.
They have to organize for 3,000 people, and they can fit maybe 500, another 1,000 hanging over you and thinking, waiting when you finish, they immediately jump on your spot and starting. And after that, I adjusted, really.
Yeah.
The last 10 days, I was become like Indian. Who cares?
Yeah.
someone is snoring, someone is turning light all the night. They pushing you. They start to become very cold, in the morning time, taking shower and everything. You came to my mind very often. Maybe you forgot or not. In beginning, maybe 1991 or 1992, we went to Navadvipa Parikrama.
Yeah.
And one day you have a very heavy headache.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, and you slept in a tent.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, how it's very difficult, to stay in that time. But you also adjust. You were very good in that time. And I was now thinking, oh, Krishna, you have just to surrender. And I surrender. And it was, after that last 10 days, it was good. Really.
Yeah.
Even now I'm thinking, it's now coming that big Kumbh Mela, that large one in Prayagraj.
Mm.
And we went there. Sanak Sanatan is the organizer. And we went to Prayagraj also to see all this, how it's working, where we will be. And they're trying to convince me to come for Kumbh Mela also. And I'm thinking, yes, it would be nice. But I have to see in Sweden if I find some cheap flight or something. Maybe I will for Kumbh Mela also. You become like a little, you have to just surrender. That's all.
Kumbh Mela is another challenge.
Yeah, even worse, I think.
It's even, loudspeakers all day
night.
And all
night also.
Yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds different, voices, bhajans, kirtan, announcements,
Yeah.
I don't know. But it is nice experience. Just we spoke, Raso Dadi and myself. I thought I will never again sleep with 5 people in one room. And I will never again sleep on the ground where it's just, plow, how to say, make field for. On that, land. But when you surrender, just it becomes like, I can survive. And it comes out good.
Yes.
I don't know.
And then the bliss starts
just
to
surrender and go to it and says, okay, now it will come trouble. I will accept them. Whatever happened, it will not last forever. It was just 1 month or that was like that.
Very good.
It was a nice, experience again. Vrindavan is Vrindavan and Braj is Braj.
Yes.
And it's a big change in India also. I would like to say that in a positive way, that now Indians become a little more, when they become like big country and probably not enough poor like before. Now they become very sweet, especially in the villages. That children and people are so friendly and coming and greeting you, and such nice people. These Brajabasis are that come to my, it's really great to see them. Give me so much inspiration, and how they surrendering, how they love Krishna and land and Braj and pilgrims, and it's amazing, really, really.
Very good.
That's
Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai.
Jāhā.
Shri Braja Vrindavan Dham. Hari Bol. Okay, thank you. That's nice. So, I have a couple of things to share. As you know, I like to show different books. So one book just arrived this week. Vedic Cosmography in a Modern Context. There's a subtitle, Virodha Parihara Revisited. This has been produced by Bhaktivedanta Institute for Higher Studies in Gainesville, Florida. And maybe it was 2 years ago, maybe even more, they asked me to write the foreword for the book. And I said, what? I don't know anything about this. What do you? No, we want you to write the foreword. So they sent me the manuscript and I read through it and I wrote something and sort of forgot about it. But now the book is here. What is this book about? Well, as you may know, some people are very convinced that the earth is flat. And there are devotees, maybe some of you, I don't know, who say, yes, the earth is flat, and it says so in the Bhagavatam, it says so in the Vedas. Well, it's not so simple. And so the devotees felt that it would be useful to the devotees at the Bhaktivedanta Institute, the scientists there, decided to put together this book. It's a collection of resources on this subject, and it's very well done, I would say. The first part is called Guru Sadhu Shastra, and it's taking references from our acharyas, including Shastra, including Bhagavatam, and also including Surya Siddhanta, this Indian astronomical system, which recognizes that the earth is a globe. And in the next sections, it's called Puranic and Jyotisha accounts. Jyotisha means astrological. So what's interesting is that since centuries, pundits in India who are fully aware of the Puranic descriptions of the universe and who are knowledgeable in Jyotish Shastra and astronomy, and who therefore and are very skilled in making exact calculations of movements of the planets and so on, they recognized, oh, we have what looks like a contradiction here. What the Puranas say seems to be different from what the Jyotish Shastra tells us. So what to do with this? And so they have written on this already since centuries. So, and then there's a section, Contemporary Discussions East and West. And this includes, for example, from some a piece from Sadaputta Prabhu, who was working with mathematical astronomy and Puranic astronomy. Many articles are here. The final section is called Conclusion and Appendices. And again, many different sources are there. So it's a collection, and I would say it makes quite clear there are, in a sense, two earths. There's the Puranic quote-unquote earth, which Vamshidhara, the commentator on the Bhagavatam, calls it the big earth. And that's okay, that's Bhumandala. That's referring to this plane, which consists of how the orbits of the planets are more or less in a flat plane. Yes, we can call that flat. But he and so many others, they recognized Earth as Bhu-golam. Bhu means earth, and golam means a sphere, a round ball. So for any of you who are keen on such things, this book is available it's published by IVS Press, which means Institute of Vaishnava Studies. They're based in Gainesville, Florida. Yeah. That's one thing. And the other, I'm going to share this with you. I had a little email exchange with one godbrother of mine who's in New York, Jayanta Prabhu. I met him when I was last there, and he gave me a copy of he had published a small book of his poetry. He gave me a copy and I was reading it, and I really liked it. And so I invited him to write something for our Bhagavatam project. I had written to him for the second canto, and he kind of agreed, but then we didn't get from him. But this time I wrote and asked him for something for third canto, and he did. He wrote something and sent, and it's very nice meditation. But I'm not showing you that. What I'm showing you, then I wrote back to him, and I thanked him, and I sent him a link to this that I wrote called Soul Work in Vrindavan. It was published in a online journal called Muse India. I was invited to write for it. So I sent him that. And a few days later, he sent me this. He said, "Your article inspired me, and I've written a poem." His poetry is not, he doesn't write, rhyming poetry. It's more free verse. Anyway, I wanted to read it. I just think it's very nice. The subject, because I wrote about Gopal Bhatta Goswami in this article. So here's what Jayanta Prabhu wrote. He, that is Gopal Bhatta, was sent to Nepal by Mahaprabhu to search for Shalagram Shilas. And then he quotes me from this article. Krishna Kshetra Swami tells us, quote, Gopal Bhatta walked to the Kali Gandaki River in the Himalayas to find Shalagram Shilas, ammonite fossils, washed down from the Damodar Kunda Lake at 6,000 meters altitude. Fossils rising from the sea with the relatively young mountains of only 50 million years of tectonic plate pressure. What is this life of mine but a blip on the radar screen of eternity? Now Jayanta continues. I imagine him, that is Gopal Bhatta, alone, slowly ascending, wading in water, pushing aside the forming crystals of ice, seeing them, or with numb fingers digging for them, or in a moment of comical good fortune, stepping upon them with feet that can hardly feel. He felt each discovered, uncovered stone to be a gift of grace. Did he wrap them in silk or some sacred leaf? Did he linger a night in the moonlight, feeling the protection of those deified bits of rock beside him? Then, with first light, returning back on that long trek, unbothered by the shifting heavy weight of that twine sack, that sack made of string, but worried that they would scratch or split one another. He had to make the trip alone, as we all do. Must we too strain our feet and fingers, searching for something to present to Shachinandana, struggle to carry it to his gaze? We have a lighter burden. He has made it easy for this unmotivated clod, this false image of a poet. Say my name, share my food, tell my story and the stories of my ardent devotees. The word clod means like a very dull person. So he's speaking of himself here. He has made it easy for this unmotivated clod, this false image of a poet. So he's being denigrating, but he's contrasting himself with Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who made this very difficult journey to Nepal to acquire Shalagram Shilas. He says, Krishna, Lord Chaitanya has made it easy for us. Say my name, share my food, tell my story, and the stories of my ardent devotees. Nice, no? Yeah. He's still writing poetry. He's sent me a few others, and he said he posts them on Instagram. So maybe if you search Jayanta something, you can find it. Okay. Let's see, where are we here? Anyone else? Anything to share? Any news? Any views? Everyone is again quiet. Let's see. Everyone's afraid I might call on them. Yeah. Let's see. Well, I guess I will take it that you're all doing fine. And Munindra and Subal. Yes.
Hare Krishna Gurudev, always
Hare
and
Krishna.
Prabhupada.
Jai.
Gurudev, we ask for your blessings for the marathon of this year. It's starting this Monday, and we hope to distribute.
Ooh, marathon. Okay. Let there be a marathon. All blessings. Yes. Drive carefully.
Yes.
Marathon time is when devotees tend to have accidents because of being tired and because of bad weather. So you have to be extra careful. Better to get there late and alive, as Indradyumna Swami says. Yeah. Which books are you distributing?
Gurudev, we mainly distribute small books,
Mm-hmm.
but many different kinds, English ones, German ones, Arabic ones, Farsi,
Arabic.
Spanish, yeah, many different
Wow.
languages.
There's so many different people from all over living in
Yes.
Germany. And which area will you be distributing?
We will be only on the lower parts of Germany in Bavaria,
Uh-huh.
in the south of Bavaria, and then to Austria, and then back to Linz, and then we will continue also the Linz programs.
Okay. Nice. So the mantra used to be double it.
With your blessings, Gurudev. With the blessings of all Vaishnavas.
Yeah. Nice if you can attract some. And of course, I guess you invite people to sing Achalam.
Yes, Gurudev. We have even also a monk challenge flyer for next April, and we will distribute them.
Monk's Challenge. Okay. Do you have a sample of the flyer to show?
Yes, Gurudev. Soon we will get it.
Okay.
It's very simple, but yeah.
How many have come for that so far, for that Monk's Challenge?
For the last monk challenge, I think so 5 people was there, I think. Very inspired, all of them. It was really nice. They started to chant and to make altars at home. They read. They started to.
Very good. 7 Tage als Mönch. Very good. Yeah. Yeah, very good. So I guess you're selective in who you give that to, right?
Yes, Gurudev. We try to attract good people, like really intelligent people, young people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. I think if I had gotten such a flyer when I was before I would have thought, yeah, let me try this out. Monk's Challenge. Because I had ideas, I had a vague idea of, monastic life being a good thing. So there must be some potential monks out there. Yes. Okay, good. Thank you. And good luck. Good luck. May Lakshmi bless you as well. Luck. I think this word lucky, maybe it's folk etymology. But it's nice anyway, that lucky comes from the word Lakshmi. I don't know. Yes, okay. Maybe someone can do some AI research to see if there's any truth to that. Or maybe we shouldn't, because it will break my fantasy. Yes. Okay. Is it time for Purusha-sukta briefly? We just some weeks ago, we read Purusha-sukta, verse number 1, with some of the commentary. And we got a little bit stuck on the question of the 10 fingers. Yeah, Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat Sabhumim Vishvato Vritva Atyatishtat Dasangulam. There's 10 fingers. The Purusha extends 10 fingers beyond. Well, I won't go back into that, but one of the commentators, if I remember right, it was Shankaracharya, who says the 10 fingers refers to the distance from the navel to the heart. So it's referring to the Lord in the heart. The Lord is located in the heart. Yeah. Okay, the second verse goes like this. Purusha evedagam sarvam yat bhutam yat chabhavyam utamritatvāsyeshana yadanena tirohati. And here comes two different translations, maybe a third one, we'll see. So one translation is, all this universe is the Purusha. What existed in the past, what will exist, and what grows by food are He, the Lord of immortality. Yat annena atirohati means grows by food. Okay, so the Lord is everything, and everything is the Lord, and the Lord is past, present, and future. We can say past and future, and what grows by food, which we might want to say is referring to what's present. And He's the Lord of immortality. Uta, Amrita, hold on. Amritatvasya, of immortality, of being nectar, or of liberation. Ishana, He's the controller. That was one translation, and here comes the second one. All this universe is the Purusha. What existed and what will exist are He, who is also the master, Ishana, of bliss, because He transcends Maya. Now, that second translation is interesting because the word Maya is not in the verse. So that must be from one of the commentators. Let's visit a third translation. Purusha truly is all this. Okay. What has been and what is to be. He is the Lord of the immortals. So He's taking Amrita as the immortals, means the devas, and those which grow by means of food. So, okay, that in some ways to me makes more sense. Because the immortals, they don't need to eat, apparently. So he's saying he's the Lord of the devas, but he's also the Lord of those who grow by means of food. In other words, all the living beings of this world. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's look at one commentary, or maybe two, briefly. Ranga Ramanuja comments, Evam deshato vyaptim uktva kalato vyaptim aishvaryam chaivam aha Purusha evedam sarvam iti. His pervasion, that is, his spreading through everything of the place, was stated in the previous verse. Now, this text mentions both his pervasion of time and his godly might. Okay, so he's saying the previous verse was about how the Lord is everywhere in terms of space. Now he's saying he's everywhere in terms of time, past, present, future. And it's also referring to his divine power. So we didn't hear about power in the first one, now we're hearing about power. So remember, we're reading Purusha-sukta is a famous prayer, hymn, from the Rig Veda. And it's telling of a primordial event, a creation event. And it's considered to be, because it's Rig Veda, it's considered to be a very foundational kind of description of creation. Having said that, 10th mandala, the Rig Veda has 10 parts, 10 books, and the 10th mandala, it seems that all the scholars say the same thing, means that this is a later edition. It's a more recent. They say you can detect some earlier hymns and later hymns. In any, it's in the 10th mandala. It's the 90th hymn of the 10th mandala, so it's also fairly late. Shall we see what Shonaka says about this verse? Oh, he says a lot. Okay, I'll just read one short paragraph. He says, he's not only the Lord of the three phases of time, he is also the Lord of liberation. Amritatvasya means mokshasya, because he causes development by means of liberation. Oh, and then he reads the word annena as amritena. He causes development by means of liberation. Okay. And then he refers to Ranga Ramanuja. He says, Ranga Ramanuja says, he is the bestower of the 4 kinds of liberation. Okay. according to Sayana, and Sayana is another prominent commentator on the Rig Veda. According to Sayana, however, he is the master of godhood. Amrita means Amara, Deva. Okay. Well, this may not have overwhelmed you, these comments, but one thing we can say from them, the different commentators have different angles on Shastra. They're not necessarily disagreeing with each other. They're just saying, well, okay, the word Amrita, for example, can be understood as nectar, but it can also refer to the devas and so on, because of the nature of the Sanskrit language. It's not even especially Sanskrit. I mean, in our modern languages, whether it's English or Croatian or Russian or Spanish or German, language words can have so many different meanings. And that's what makes language very rich. Okay, I should look and see if there's anything in the chat. Okay. Oh, no, I didn't know this. I'm sorry to hear. Surya Kunda tells us that the mother of Gaura-mitra has left the world yesterday. Her name was Nada. So Gaura-mitra is asking us to pray for him. Srila Prabhupada said we can pray for the departed. And she was 80 years old, so we wish and pray for her ongoing well-being as she passes on to her next very possibly transcendental destination. Very possible if Lord Nrsingadev says that 21 or 22 what do I want to say, of the members of a family, 22 generations of a family, will be liberated. So Prahlad, being a devotee, 21 generations would be liberated. What is meant by liberation? That's always a question. In any case, we wish her all the best in her ongoing journey. And Gaura-mitra, I don't know if you're with us today, but as I always suggest, and maybe Surya Kunda, you can relay this to him, our condolences, first of all. And also that after some time, that he do some writings, some journaling of memories of his mother. This can be a very good way to help her on her way and also to, as they say, process her passing, to write memories, details of anything and everything that comes to your mind about her. This can be can be therapeutic. It can be good in many ways. Yes, 80 years young, as Soumya Karani says. Kavi Chandra. Your older sister has departed. You were just telling me about her a few days ago.
Yes, indeed.
She had been for a long time, having had a stroke. She was practically unable to move for so many years. So she has departed. So yes, our best wishes to her as well. You were saying that you visit her every year, as I remember. Yeah.
Yes. I was a few months ago. Can you hear me? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. I was a few months ago to visit her, and practically it was like last farewell. And
you could understand at that time.
Yeah, because she was already, what to say, she was like vegetable already. And and last time she had like 1 week ago, she went through another, not stroke, but something similar. So she was really like, her kids decided that, okay, no more surgery on the brain. So she departed after a few days. It was yesterday at night. And like I said, she was devotee. And for many years she was living in the temple with 2 kids.
Wow.
In Wiesbaden. It was crazy a little bit.
Yeah.
And she was really devoted, very nice person, like very open, so open that she was paying price for this openness many times. And she discovered this heart of the gopi. If you don't if you didn't read this, I recommend to everyone to read this Heart of the Gopi. Very nice booklet, and she also discovered many other times, and she was a lover of ethnography. She teach melodies and songs from different places in the world.
She was an ethnomusicologist.
Yeah. She never studied this, but she was really good in this. And she was musician actually, not professional, but she was very good at singing, and she loved kids. She left 3 kids. All of them are more or less devotees. At least they believe in Krishna. And so, So now.
How old are the children?
From 24 till 35, I believe.
Okay, so they're grown.
Yeah. So they're not so sad like other people, right? Because they know that she went, on her path somewhere.
Yes.
So they're like, yeah, okay, and they don't care. Yeah, like this. So, what can I say more? It's just, I just ask you for some prayers, but
yes,
I believe, and she is my Vartma Pradaksha Guru, because she told me that Bhagavad Gita that Gandhi was reading is actually main book for Hare Krishnas, and you should go and meet them. She was already in Germany, and she she met devotees in Germany, and at the same time I met devotees in Wrocław.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly the same. We went to the temple and started chanting.
Which year was that?
I believe it was the very beginning of 90s.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So she went. I don't remember which temple, probably Wiesbaden or somewhere else. So she was she was connected to Wiesbaden temple for many years, and then she left ISKCON because I don't like to go into details, but she was really upset with some information from US, and but she still loved to chant, to read about Krishna, and to hear about him. And I was last time or 2 years ago, I was reading her some books and chanting for her. So yeah, I believe she's okay.
She's okay. Yeah, sounds like it. She did a lot of service, and her heart was with Krishna. Good.
Yes. So thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Actually, and also we got some quite nice news from Hriday Ram a couple of days ago. Hriday Ram, do you want to tell us? He's just smiling. Oops, nope, that didn't do it. Otherwise, I can report.
Evo, sad reći ću, samo trenutak.
There. Okay.
Evo, oprostite, zvučnik mi je bio izgašen. I ako možeš prevesti Tirtarađ. Ok. Znači, javio se Bhakta iz Zagreba, Mukunda Prabhu, koji je dobio od...
Excuse me, Tirtaraja Prabhu, you have to switch to English channel.
I am switched to English channel. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I will try to.
Javio mi se prijatelj Mukunda Prabhu iz Zagreba, koji je već 10 godina brigao o našoj sestri probleme u životu i zahvaljujući njemu nije izvršila samoubojstvo. Uglavnom, jako povjerljiv prijatelj i dobronamjernik, nas i jako cijeni našeg gurua Krishna Kshetra Swamija. Uglavnom, on mi je javio da je njegov povjerljivi prijatelj Bhakta Mario Kemper iz Zagreba saznao od Parajana Prabhua, koji je vidio Vamšivatu ili se čuo s njim, da je on sada u Mayapuru, u Bengalu. Evo, Tirtarađ. Top. Hare Krishna.
So there is lots of, there are many names, so I will just try to resume. So in a nutshell, there was a report from a devotee who contacted Hriday Ram Prabhu, saying that this devotee saw or talked to Vamshivat Prabhu and that he's currently in Mayapur in India.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
ja sam sada pokušao sam kontaktirati, kao što je Guru Maharaj me zamolio, pokušao sam kontaktirati tog Bhaktu. Danas sam došao do njegovog broja, nisam ga imao i uglavnom nisam ga dobio. Pokušao sam ga danas kontaktirati 2 puta i nije mi se javio, pa ću mu onda poslati poruku ili još koji put ga kontaktirati da izvršim instrukciju Guru Maharaja i zamolbu da dođemo do Vamšivata na neki način. Evo.
Okay, so Hriday Ram Prabhu tried to phone this devotee several times today, and unfortunately he was not able to get him on the phone, so he will drop him a message or try to call again until he reach him to get the information and try to contact and find Vamshivat Prabhu.
Yeah, well, let's hope we can hear from him. Some of you may not know, others may know, Vamshi kind of disappeared several months ago. I mean, totally disappeared. I mean, everyone was searching and asking and even, checking whether he's in some hospital somewhere or in prison somewhere. And they were reporting to the police, he's a missing person, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And now we hear he's in Mayapur. So that's, I don't know, he probably has some explanation, but he's always been a bit of a avaduta, unpredictable.
Vidjet ćemo, da. Daćemo sve od sebe da probamo doći u kontakt sa njim i da Guru Maharaj, kao što si tražio, da se on javi tebi. Što je prije moguće kad čuje za to.
I will give my best to contact him and following your instruction and get some news from him as soon as possible.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Ram.
Okay.
You can. Yes, that's good. Right. We just have a very few minutes left. Well, maybe I will just give another bit of news from myself, which is related to Chaitanya Charitamrita. I think it's been close to a year, maybe even longer, that I was asked to write a chapter for a book, to write a chapter about Lord Chaitanya. And the good news now is that the proposal for which is going to be what's called a handbook. There's a kind of a thing now that some publishers, academic publishers, are publishing handbooks, which are collections of articles by experts on all imaginable topics. So two devotee scholars got together and said, let's make a handbook of collection of articles by scholars on Gaudiya Vaishnavism, and let's get it published. So they were working on, first of all, getting the different scholars to agree, establishing topics, what everyone will write about. And they asked me to write about Chaitanya Charitamrita. And at first I said, wait, why would you ask me? Why not Tony Stewart? Tony Stewart is kind of the recognized scholar. He's written a book about the Chaitanya Charitamrita called The Final Word, a very thoroughly researched book. And they said, well, because he said he's already written everything that he wants to write about that subject. Okay. As it happened, some months later, Tony Stewart was in Oxford. I met him and I talked with him about this. And he said, yeah, I've already written everything I have to say about it. And I said, they've asked me to write. He said, great, do it. You'll have a fresh perspective or something. So I got his blessings. As it turns out, he had terminal cancer, and just a couple of weeks ago, he departed the world also. Very nice person. Anyway, the good news is that now this book proposal has been accepted by Oxford University Press. So there's going to be a handbook of Gaudiya Vaishnavism by probably, I think we could kind of safely say the most prestigious publisher in the English language. And so now I have to actually sit down and write this chapter with all of your blessings. So my plan is, first of all, to reread the entire Chaitanya Charitamrita and then read the scholarship that's been done related to it. And I already started working on this. I have a preliminary outline, some ideas how to do it. But that's another little project for me, which I'm happy to do because I feel it's a blessing to be able to write. I mean, what better subject in a way than Chaitanya Charitamrita? So that will be, when is that book coming out? Well, one thing is, they said they means, I just talked to him this morning, Lalita Madhava Prabhu, who's in Singapore. He's one of the editors of this book. And Gopinath Acharya, whom you met a few weeks ago, is the other. He said that it's going to be available online, which means some of the articles will go up online before the physical book is published. So, I don't know, Krishna willing, sometime in this lifetime, we can all see this. There will be approximately 40 chapters on all different aspects of Gaudiya Vaishnavism from, I hate to use the term sometimes, but from a scholarly perspective. Okay, that's a bit of news for me, and now it's that time again. And I want to thank all of you for joining us, and I want to especially thank our translators, Daityesha and Tirtharaj and Soumya Karani, and who else has been translated?
No, not today, I'm sorry.
Oh. Anyway, all the best to all of you for this coming week. This is going to be the last week of November coming up. The time is flying by. Have you noticed? I feel like I hardly get up in the morning. It gets a little bit light, and then I have lunch, and then it gets dark again. That's it. Life is like that too. So therefore, let's chant nicely, attentively, and devotionally, and remember Krishna, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada-sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Let's give our everything. Yes, it's never too late. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Stay safe, stay sane, and chant and be happy. Gaur Premanande Hari.
His Holiness Krishna Kshetra Swami Maharaj.
Thank you
Jai.
very much.
Thank you.
Oh, Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Guru Maharaj.
Jai Guru Maharaj.
Jai.